Oh, mhm. Welcome to your practice and to your mat and to your own space in your own place. And welcome to taking time to relax deeply. And we're moving to the dark time of year. We have solstice coming up next week. I can think of dates. I think it's on Tuesday. Tuesday is the 22nd. I believe. So Tuesday is the 22nd. So officially, like probably Sunday, we move into that energy of solstice. So we're feeling that deeply. And I've been saying this for the last week in class, like if you're feeling tired and depleted and low energy, then your job is to really give in to that. And that's your body saying, we just need to rest. That's the whole, gift of these shorter days, is that we get a little bit more sleeping, a little bit more time in the dark. And there's so much we can delve into that, but I'm just going to stop there and we'll start our practice. So bring your hands together in front of your heart. Take a nice big breath in. As you breathe out, close your eyes, bow your chin. And let's just take a few moments here in your quiet, in your gratitude, in your honoring, in your own presence. And just check in with your breath. And check in with your smile. And it doesn't need to be super huge, but there is some value, even, if you're not feeling super smiley, just to put that smile on your face and take a few breaths like that, just inviting all the muscles of the face to relax. You might even tune into your own beating heart. Good. And then we'll inhale, lengthen, lift your chin, and exhale as you are. And we'll open practice and create those inner vibrational energies, frequencies, and chant Om together 3 times. Inhale. And bowing your chin and placing your hands on your thighs, lifting your chin and open your eyes. Okay, friends, so this is how I want to start class, and this is really like a choose your own adventure right at the beginning, is I'm going to offer one very slow sun salute, just as a way of getting into the body and kind of getting, not that you're going to move and increase your heart rate at all, but just to kind of get things moving before we settle. And if you hear that and you're like, Joe, I just need to lie down, then you start your adventure in Shavasana. Okay, so whatever you choose is fine. And if you are up for a very slow, loving sun salute, then bring yourself to the front of your mat. Okay. Just move this stuff out of the way and adjust the view here. Oh, I'll make things worse. Okay. All right. So I'm starting at the front of the mat, unless you're in Shavasana. And just standing in Tadasana, which is just standing there. Let your arms drop. You can close your eyes or rest your gaze, maybe like 6 feet in front of you. And start to gently press your feet into the floor. Maybe as you inhale and as you exhale, soften. And do that again. And then reaching your arms up to the sky. And you don't have to put in super amount of energy. If you just want to keep them up, relax, that's fine. And we'll just take 5 breaths here. And maybe it's Pressing the feet into the earth, reaching up as you inhale, softening. And just feel that this is like just opening my body, connecting to the energy of the earth, the energy above. Take one more full inhale. And as you exhale, open your arms. We fold down to forward fold. And so if you need blocks or you have your bed nearby or your couch, you want to put your hands there. Heel toe your feet to a comfortable distance apart. And then, if you need to bend your knees or make some movement here to kind of open the legs a little better, then do what you need to do. Otherwise, drop in and we will do another 4 breaths. Good. Okay. And then from here, we'll step the right foot all the way to the back. And then take the left foot back. Come into your downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths here. Move as you need to. Settle in as you need to. If the head can drop, great. If not, great. Whatever you're doing, be in your dog and breathe. Okay, we're going to shift forward to plank. And if you want to put your knees on the floor, that's fine. Otherwise, hands on the floor and heels extended. Breathe here, smile. Good. Okay, and then we'll take, let's come all the way down to the floor. So maybe knees first, all the way down. And we'll just rest here for a moment. So hand over hand, rest your forehead. Give gratitude for the earth. And breathe. And take a full breath in. Release it. And then we're coming up to Cobra. And if you prefer Sphinx with the forearms on the floor, do that. Otherwise, take your hands and come up to your version. The legs can open wide. You don't have to come up very high. Just feel the chest lifting, the heart opening. Maybe the legs are extended. Breathing into this lift of your heart, this arch of your back. And then from here, we take it up and back to child's pose. You can walk your knees in, knees together, knees apart, arms extended or arms in, you choose. Close your eyes, release yourself. Let go of whatever you can. Okay, and then we're just going to finish up this sun salute by coming back into your downward facing dog. And I'm just going to pause here again for a few breaths. If you want to lift a leg up, you can give it even a shake. I can't see my leg, but I'm just shaking it. Do the other one, little shake. Good. Okay, and now we're going to step the right foot forward. That's the one that came back first. So you might put your knee down, however you do that. And then you just step the left foot forward. Drop into the forward fold. Good. And then we'll just finish off by lifting the arms, come all the way up to standing. Good. Bring the palms together, down at your heart. A little dizziness, normal. Okay. Good. All right. And then bring yourself down onto your mat just to set up for your first posture. So if you're there, if you're in Shavasana, then you could also just roll over and come into the first posture. Okay, so I'm going to take my blanket. I'm just going to adjust this camera angle once again. Let's see if I can get it. Okay, so I'll take the blanket and I'm just going to lay it at the top of the mat. So I just have it in this shape. And that's just for my head and my shoulders. Okay, and then we'll have the bolster nearby. And you'll just come to lie on your back. You can mark it so that your legs can extend if you're right against the wall. Have your bolster nearby. You can bend your knees or have your legs stretched out. Your arms can go out to the side like pseudo shavasana for a few moments, or rest your hands on your tummy. And just take a few breaths here. Feeling if your head needs more support, and if you put that blanket down the way I did, you might be able to just grab the top of it and roll it underneath the head, or roll, put another blanket there. Good. Okay, so we're going to take the bolster, and let's start by just laying the bolster on top of your tummy, and just rest your hands on the bolster some way that you're kind of holding it. So I just like have my hands over top. Good. Okay, and then we'll extend the legs. But if that gives you too much discomfort in your back, just go ahead and rebend. Good. Okay, so we're going to take this bolster up and over your head. So you can just grab the sides of it and just lift it up and over. And then you're going to stretch it out so that now you have a choice. You either put your hands underneath the bolster, so as if the palms are holding the bolster, the arms are extended over your head, and the hands are palm facing up with the bolster. And if that's no good for your shoulders, then just rest your arms on top of the bolster. And if that's no good, then just put your hands somewhere else. Okay, so number one is that you have the arms extended on the floor with the backs of the hands on the floor, palms holding this bolster. And we're just allowing that weight into the hands to ground us at the same time as we're lengthening this body. Your arms can be relaxed, so you don't have to hold them perfectly straight. If they want to bend a little bit, if you need more support, my friends, then you honor your practice by taking the time to maybe throw another blanket underneath your arms if you need it. Good. And then just as you lie here, you can point or flex your feet a few times. Yeah, and then I'm going to flex the feet, press the heels away, press the thighs to the earth, if this makes sense. If it doesn't, don't worry. Nice, deep, clear breathing. And then let your legs relax. And take a few more breaths. Melt the back of your heart, your shoulders. Just feeling, this great support of the earth. It's like when you go to the beach and you lie on the sand and you just feel how it holds you and supports you, maybe even warms you. Good. Okay, then bending your knees, place your feet on the floor. And take that bolster back up. Good. We're going to lift the hips and put this bolster underneath the sacrum. So you can set it off to the side, lift your hips, and then snuggle it in. And you find that place. If your head needs more support, you need to wiggle yourself. Find that place. And then again, we're just going to take a few breaths here with the knees bent. Just going to put my sweater back on. Release your back. So you're using this little bit of height to soften, to change the flow of energy, of fluid in your body. Okay, so staying as you are, we're just going to straighten just the right leg. And if that doesn't feel good for you, then you'll just rebend it. But if you're good with just that leg straight, you can let the right leg flop. And then we'll heel toe the left foot just a little bit to the left, enough so that you feel you're counterbalanced a little bit. So it might come in, might go out. It's going to be different for everybody. Okay, and then just take a few breaths here. Your arms can go back over your head if you like, or they can stay out to the side or resting on your tummy. Anywhere is good. Okay, if you do have your arms over your head, then we're going to rest the right hand into the open left palm. So they're just resting just right in there. Elbows can be bent a little bit. And the work is in the release. Letting the jaw go, the third eye soften. And then being aware of the prop under your sacrum. And releasing the body, resting on the bolster, as if it's so heavy it could just fall right through the bolster to the earth. Okay, if your shoulders are feeling uncomfortable, and you can just maybe put your mind into the shoulders and to releasing anything you're holding there. And before we come out of this completely, just taking the right foot and just turning the big toe in and out, like it's like a windshield wiper just of the right leg. So it's straight, it's not bent. You're just moving the foot in and out. This is a way of rotating the entire leg. And then turning the toes in towards center. So the leg is still straight, but now that we brought the toes in, we're bringing that hip crease in. Drop your left knee into center. And it can fall right to the right leg, or it might just go a little bit. Let's take 3 breaths here. Nice, big, deep, nourishing, nurturing breath. And then release all of that. And then yogi's choice, either bend both legs or straighten both legs. And come to center. If you have that right hand resting in the left hand, just separate the hands out. You can bring them down if you like. And just take a few moments and be here in the center. Okay, notice any tension behind your heart space, behind the back of your head, the sides of your neck. And then we'll extend the left leg out. And again, you can just let it flop. And we'll take the right foot and just heel toe over to the right. You find that place for you where you feel you've balanced yourself. And then the arms again can go anywhere, but if they go over the head, maybe this time the back of the left hand rests inside the right palm. And then your work is in the breath and in the releasing and receiving. Oh, I forgot to rub our feet. Okay, we'll do it at the end. Good. Okay, and then just putting your attention in the left foot and just turning that left foot all the way in, internally rotating it, and then letting it go back to external rotation. So just turning the big toe in and out. And now bring that big toe right into the inside, is wherever it's going to go, so that you feel the whole left leg internally rotating. And now drop that right knee in towards the midline as well. And it could maybe drop right on top of your left thigh and maybe not. Okay, feel yourself, release, breathe. Good, and then let it all go. And yogi's choice again, legs extended or knees bent. And arms can move down by your sides or out to the side, or you can stay over your head if that's okay for your shoulders. Good. Okay. I'm just going to turn, do that same thing, but with both feet. Just turn the big toes in and out a few times, just rotating the entire leg. If your legs are straight, if they're bent, you can rock your knees in and out. And then if the legs are straight now, you're going to bend them, place them on the floor. And from here, friends, I'm going to bring the knees into the chest. So if that, you see how that is for you. If you want to take the bolster out or move the bolster down, you might even wiggle your chest and head up a little bit. And your hands can hold the shins. You might even rest your hands on the front of your thighs. If your knees come right into your belly, then just putting the hands, just so they're holding the thighs, that might feel really nice. So make this your own, adjust whatever you need. If it's no good, then just rest with the feet on the floor. And we'll just close the eyes, soften through the upper chest, through the upper back, through your jaw. We're just tuning into the little bit of movement happening with your breath. Okay, I'm going to stay in this shape, but I'm going to take the feet up to the sky. So the knees are still bent. And what this does now, it brings more pressure into maybe more of the upper chest area. So if it's okay for you to be here, great. If it's no good, adjust. And take a few breaths. And just feel like your whole chest area, the front, the back, the sides, can just receive this invitation for grounding. Okay, the next step is to straighten the legs. And they don't have to go straight, but it's like the feet want to go over the head. And, that might not happen. So do whatever you need to do. But stay in your relaxed state. Okay, and then we'll slowly release. You just got to work your way through those 3 places. So eventually, the legs are bent again. It's like the knees in first thing we did. And then we'll set the feet on the floor. Good. And then once you come out of this, let's just stay on the bolster with the knees bent. Just take a few breaths. Good. Okay, soften behind the heart, the back of the heart. And then we'll lift the hips. And you can just push your bolster down towards the back of your mat. So it'll end up between your hips and your heels, hopefully. And your whole back now is on the floor. You can put your feet on your bolster if you like, or keep the feet on the floor. And we'll just take a few breaths here. I have my feet on the bolster. I'm going to widen the feet and let the knees touch. My hands are resting on my tummy, but you can have them anywhere you like. Okay, friends. So I realized we didn't put on our socks. But so if your feet are cold, you need to put them on, do that. From here, we're just going to go to cross-legged. You're just going to cross your legs and rest your thighs or your knees on the bolster. So if the bolster needs to move away from you so that your hips are on the floor and you just feel that the knees are supported or maybe the thighs, the bolster might come in a little bit. So you're just in, yeah, I'm just looking to see how that's landing. Yeah, perfect. That's it. You make it your own. Good. And then we'll drop in, let your jaw drop. And be with your breath. In this invitation to ground. Burrow deep into the earth. To be held and supported. If you feel a stretch or something in your inner hip crease, you can always put your hands there to kind of bring some healing energy. And noticing too your head so that the chin's not lifting. So if you need more support under your head, put it there. Okay, and then we're just going to change the cross of the legs and come back. Okay. And just taking your final few breaths here. And then yogi's choice, either you stretch your legs long or you just place your feet on the bolster, on the floor. So either knees bent or legs stretched straight. Just take a few breaths. Just feeling the supportive earth beneath you. And the energy above you. Good. Okay, and we'll just roll to one side. Pause here for 1 or 2 breaths. Good. And then we'll come up to seated. So, okay, just sit for a moment. You can have your eyes closed. Just receive whatever it is you're feeling here, what you've cultivated. And then we'll keep this nice relaxed state, and we'll take our socks and our massage oil. And we pick. So I was saying the other day, I always start with the same foot. So if that's you, then start with the opposite foot. And if you don't have any oil or anything, it's all fine. Just use your hands and rub that foot full of love, of warmth, of gratitude in between the toes and top, bottom, the heel, and the arch, all of these places. You're just looking at your foot, breathing, offering yourself your, the touch that you know, that you like, that feels good. Good. And maybe you'll slide your fingers in between your toes for a few moments, or just pull the toes apart. So you just create some space, whatever way works best for you. Yes. Good. And then give those toes a little twist, whether it's one at a time or all 5 at a time. And remove the fingers, just give that foot a full-on warm-up, top and bottom. Okay, and then you'll pause, and you just have one hand on the sole, one hand on the top. You might close your eyes or just look at your foot and just, offer all your gratitude, all your love energy, all your honoring. Good. And your foot is like, oh, I love that, thank you. And then we'll just sock it up. Good. And then we'll do the second one, same thing. Okay. Yes. Good. So just getting all those parts and noticing your feet, and then sliding your fingers in between the toes or pulling the toes apart, whatever works. Just creating some spaciousness. Good. And when you give each toe a little twist, or if you have your fingers in there, you might just kind of move them around. So a little twist and a tug. And then we'll take the top and the bottom. You just warm the whole foot. Good. And then resting your hands on the top and the bottom. Close your eyes, or don't close your eyes and just look at your foot. Breathe, smile. You just fill that foot up. Ankle, the toes, everything that gets us from A to B. Love and honoring and gratitude. Good. Okay. And then we'll sock that one up. Okay. So we're going to move into a few forward folds. And, you're going to be loving and kind. Know that we're not looking to, move ourselves into our best forward fold ever. We just want to go to that place where the head can deeply relax. So, okay. So you have that blanket there. You might take it to sit on. So you'll just fold it a couple times, depending on what you need. And I'll bring the bolster around. Okay, so I'm just going to perch on this blanket, and we'll start with Janu Shirshasana. So we'll have one leg straight. Let's have the left leg straight, and we'll bend the right knee. And you can have the sole of the right foot against the left leg. If you need to prop up underneath that knee, do that. Take a blanket or a block. Good. Okay, so we're going to start folding right in between the legs. So not over to the left leg, just in between. So you can take your bolster if you like support. You can use it in any way you like. And if you don't want to use it, that's fine too. So just dropping yourself in between the legs. And as I come forward, I probably come off the blanket here, and that's okay. So if you don't need it, it's fine. And just come to that place where you start to feel a little bit of a stretch happening. You can really drop your head. So if dropping your head makes things too crunchy, then come back up onto your hands. And closing your eyes. Dropping your jaw. And just breathing as you are. If you're in a place where your forehead can rest on a prop and you can support the third eye space, then do that and allow the skin of the forehead to slope down towards the nose if that resonates, if that's possible. A few more breaths here. Just noticing where you can soften and drop in more deeply. And we'll slowly bring ourselves up out of this. Keep your eyes closed if you like, or just drop your gaze. Take your hands behind you. Just allow everything to receive that, this great offering of moving into the dark, and how relaxing that can be. Okay, let's take a little twist here. I'll keep the right hand down. The left hand can come, in front of the right foot. Just turn to face the left knee, or you can go deeper if you like by taking that left hand all the way across and just turning. Turn your head. Close your eyes. Let's just take a few more breaths here. And come out of the twist by turning the head first. And maybe it's going to go just to center, or it might go all the way over to the left. And then you'll release your hands and come back to just sitting. And then we'll do one more forward fold, this time right over the left leg. So sometimes you can prop the bolster up into the foot, and that might work really well for some of you. You see how that is? Again, you can put it any way you like. Once you turn to face that left leg, just start to walk your hands out, and you're going to know where you need to stop. Okay, the tendency will be to kind of crescent yourself a little bit into the midline. And just see if you can turn a little bit more of the chest to the left. The right hand can come to the inside of this left leg if it wants to. It can also stay on the outside. And then just melt yourself in. Let your head go, your jaw go. And breathe. Okay, so don't be concerned with how far you're going. Just be more in the presence of your breath, and into this idea of just releasing yourself into the dark. Let's take maybe 2 or 3 more breaths here. And as you're ready, you'll very slowly come out. Again, you're just going to rest in the center with the hands behind you. You might keep your eyes closed or softly open. Bless me. Okay. And then just stretch your right leg out. Let's just do that same thing we did when we were lying down. Just turn your toes in and out a few times. Good. And then you'll readjust yourself on your prop. And we'll do the second side. So we'll keep the right leg extended. The left leg is bent. Prop up underneath that knee if it needs it. Good. Okay. And we'll just take a few moments. And as you're ready, you're just going to fold again into the middle part. You're just folding in. And you could be on your bolster or not. Just finding that place where your head can release and your jaw can be soft. Just a few more breaths here. You'll settle yourself, whatever you can, whatever you can let go of, drop into more deeply. It could even just be the breath. As you're ready, again, just slowly coming out. And again, just resting the hands in a place that support you. The eyes can stay closed or softly open. You need to adjust your prop you're sitting on. Do that. And then we'll move into twist. So we'll do that slowly. So the left hand will come behind and the right hand can either settle right in front as you turn, or it can hop all the way over. And the head can turn to a place that just a little out of its comfort zone. And then again, feel free to close your eyes or drop your gaze. And it will release the same way. So you'll start just by turning your head, and maybe it comes right back to center, or it turns all the way to the right. Then we change, you release the arms, and we'll just come back to rest for a few breaths. So again, you can close your eyes or just feel. Okay, and then preparing to now twist towards the right leg and extend yourself over there. So you can bring your props in. Your bolster can rest on the foot again if you like that, or the hands can just go either side of the leg. You just drop your head. If you can go deeper, maybe you take the left hand across. You know, it's all fine. You're just finding a way to be in this. It's a twist, you know, the right side lifts a little bit more. So you're not dropping into the center as much, if possible. And then feeling your breath. Inviting in this I am relaxing deeply mantra. I am relaxing deeply. And just taking your final few breaths here. And slowly releasing and just coming back upright, just sitting in your quiet, in your stillness, feeling this little cocoon like energy holding you. And just fold the feet in. I'm going to take a forward folded Baddha Konasana. If this isn't a happy position for you, then just go to cross-legged and I'll have you switch the cross halfway. But otherwise, soles of the feet together, knees open, prop up if you need it. Good. I'll take my hands and just take an opportunity for an extra little footy. Good. And then just bring yourself in. And so hands might just rest, you might just drop your head here. Some of you, might be happier if you walk your feet or take your feet forward. So you find your place, and then we'll just slowly melt in. Whatever that is for you, the head might come right to the feet, but it doesn't matter. You're just looking for the entryway to the openings that these shapes provide. Even feeling how open the base of you is and grounding you to the earth, connecting you from your power center. Okay, so if this is a happy pose for you, then we're going to turn it into turtle pose. That's Karmasana. So you can stay exactly as you are. But if you want to go deeper, you take your hands inside the legs. You lift the knees up. You just maybe put just the hands underneath the shins or maybe the forearms, and the head drops. So whatever it is, you can do this or not. You're in your forward fold, breathing and releasing, letting the head be so heavy. Just a couple more breaths here. And very gently and lovingly making your way out. And just maybe straightening your legs, move the feet in and out. Good. All right, so we're going to come back to that. If you had your legs crossed, now you're going to do opposite cross. Otherwise, you'll come back in. And we're just going to come back in. So lengthen and bring yourself back down. Drop your head, be here, or move into the turtle pose if you like. Come back in. Okay, so in our final little bit here, it's really coming into your breath and evening out the inhale and the exhale. So maybe they feel even, very relaxed. You take 2 more breaths, just like that. And very lovingly coming out. Again, just resting. Maybe the eyes stay closed. You stretch your legs out, move the toes in and out. Good. Okay, friends. So here we are at this time. We're going to move into Shavasana. And you're welcome to set Shavasana however you like. And if you'd like to do legs up the wall, then know you can do that. We have 10 minutes. So I'll let you know when 5 minutes is up if you don't want to stand legs up the wall the whole time. Otherwise, maybe this time for Shavasana, you rest your head on the bolster just to switch things up. And you can take your blanket and lay it down to support the legs, maybe the knees, like we normally put the bolster there. And then as you come to lie down, just make sure I can be seen. I'll just rest the head on the bolster. So yeah, so it's just like my neck is kind of angled. The chin comes into the chest. It does kind of ground us a little bit more through the heart. You can give that a try. And if you like it, great. And if you don't, that's okay. You can readjust. And I'm going to pop into legs up the wall for a few moments and then come back. So however you choose to set up is all good. Something that helps you relax and rest deeply is good practice. Good. Okay. Once you've found your restful spot, I'll let you know when we have 5 minutes left if you want to change. Otherwise, let your hands be very relaxed. Your arms, your legs, your belly, your heart. And so if the solstices and equinoxes or seasons, which they are, but this is the season to plant seeds, the time of the dark. Even as you think of planting a seed and burrowing it deep, deep in the dark, dark earth. This is the invitation we have right now at this time of year to release ourselves like a seed, deep, deep, deep into the dark, into the heaviness, the energies surrounding us, so that we can be birthed anew, with the birth of the light. So whether it's something specific you want to plant and cultivate for this coming year, or just that feeling and idea of planting is enough. And as you start to feel very heavy, even feeling that you're taking root, your body is just, the heaviness of your body is so heavy. Your energy is so connected to that. You can just send roots out from the parts of you touching the earth, deep, deep down, to hold yourself and stabilize, to be secure and connected. Even as you drop your roots, you could imagine that everyone in this practice is releasing their roots. And in that way, you connect deep in the earth. Feel each other's energy like the trees. Their roots interconnecting. who, even though they don't talk to each other, they know they're not the only tree there. And if you're happy in the shape you're in, then stay there. And if you'd like to move into a different form of rest, then now is the time. And whenever you arrive in your new position, or even just sealing in your release into the shape you're in, just send your roots into the earth, hold you and tether you, secure you, connect you. Your roots don't have to be white roots. They could be. They could be sparkly silver, sparkly gold, shining and shimmering, weaving their way. Just scanning your body for any place you're still holding tension, stress, muscles. Soften and release. Deep, deep, deep into the earth. So staying in your restful pose for as long as you like. And if you're ready, you'll very slowly just start to feel the breath. The inhale just filling you, lifting you. Maybe the roots stay deep in the earth, but they just kind of loosen a little bit as you breathe. You have a choice. You can just leave your roots there for the next time, or bring them in. And as you feel ready, starting to move in whatever way feels good and is mindful and nourishing, healing. So really take your time if you're coming out of your rest. Just honoring what this body needs and moving onto your side whenever you feel ready. Again, just resting on the side for a few breaths. Nice. And then come up to seated if that's in your cards. Stay as you are. And once you do come upright, or even if you're still lying down, you can bring your hands into that prayer position at your heart and bow your chin. Just feeling how your energy has changed, how your body has released something, and that you feel very present and connected. And so as you're ready, we'll inhale, lengthen, lift your chin, and exhale here. We'll join together, separate yet together, in one very loving Om. Inhale. And bow your chin. Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. Take a full breath. Breathe into your hands, clutch it. Hold that breath for a moment and put one word into that you would like to invite in for 2021. One word. Then lift your chin and open your eyes and invite this word into you. So you just drop it down and we'll send it out. And you're going to send your word out to everybody else who needs it. So great love, my friends. Thank you so much, you guys, for being here, and have a beautiful sleep. I really appreciate you. Great love. Namaste.